Hello, my legends. Theo here. My channel is now 10 years old. I'm a little bit late. I have been thinking for the past year, thinking my 10-year anniversary is coming up. Let's make a video for it. And I've just known that I created my channel in October. Yesterday evening, I decided to look it up. I thought, oh, October's coming up. Let's check the exact date. So I went to my channel, went to the About section, checked when I created it. September 7th, 2008. So I remembered wrong, and here I am about 3 weeks too late. But better late than never. The channel's still 10 years old. I created my channel in 2008, as I said. I had been playing... I was 15 when I created it. Approximately a year prior to that, COD 4 came out, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And that was my first COD title that I had played. I got it for Christmas on the Xbox 360, together with the Orange Box, which was a great game. Side note, not sponsored or anything, but I mentioned this the other day when I was talking to Patty, I think. The Orange Box, what a legendary collection. It was Portal, Half-Life 2, I think Episode 2, and Team Fortress 2, all in one package for Xbox 360. So I got that, and I remember I got Call of Duty for Modern Warfare for Christmas in 2007, December. And I stayed up all night just playing through those games, Team Fortress 2 and COD 4. And that was my first COD title, as I mentioned. And the year that followed, I would discover on YouTube COD 4 montages, especially by this one YouTuber called Zergriz. He made some amazing COD montages, a true Call of Duty legend. So he was a big inspiration to me. And eventually I started getting interested, and I said, oh, I want to do this, So I was 14, turned 15 that summer. And I created my channel then, September 7th, 2008. And I made my first video. I got a Dazzle. I think I got a Dazzle quite early when I made the channel, but I had trouble getting it working. Eventually I got it working, and I made my first video late December that year, which is still up now. I'm sure I've shown it a few times in different compilations and stuff in the past. And that's how I started my journey. I made some Call of Duty videos for a while, some montages, which they were okay considering the time. And eventually I started trying out some funtages, and Modern Warfare 2 came out. Did that there, and then the rest is history. It kind of blew up. I tweeted yesterday that one of my biggest fears in life is losing everybody's interest. And it sounds kind of silly, but both on YouTube and Twitch, I have this following, and these people who are interested in my videos and my streams, which is great, And I've had this life for so long now. I started when I was 15, roughly, but I mean I didn't grow for a couple of years. But from when I started when I was 15. Even though I didn't have that many viewers in the beginning, YouTube just became such a big part of me in my daily life. And as I grew, it became even bigger, And the last 5 years especially, it's been like, my everyday life, even if I'm off doing whatever, it's always there. There doesn't go an hour where I don't have a thought about YouTube or Twitch. And I realized, I thought, man, if everybody disappears, I don't know who I'd be. And that sounds like just a saying, but I genuinely don't know who I am without this. What I'm trying to say is that, it's been a good 10 years, basically. I really enjoy what I do. It's had its ups and downs, for sure. I remember in 2011, I was doing YouTube alongside studying, not university. I just turned 18, so it was towards my last years of just regular school. Gymnasium, we call it here in Sweden. It's called different things in different countries. But anyway, in 2011, I got my first contract with Machinima, who were pretty big back then. And I got to have advertisements on my videos, which was a big deal. It was a huge deal actually at that age. And during that time, for about a year or so, I was consistently getting consistently getting about 600,000 to 800,000 views a month, which was great. It made for a good paycheck, definitely. And in 2012, I graduated, and at that point, some of my friends went to university, and some decided to try to work or go abroad. You know, people do different things. I decided to stay home and try to grow YouTube more because there were bigger YouTubers back then. During the past few years, some of my inspirations had been, after Zergriz, of course, Kraken was a big inspiration. He was actually around the time that I got inspired by Zergriz. I also watched Kraken. He still makes videos today, Kraken 2. He had these videos called Left 4 Dead, funny moments of getting owned. Was that it? Right here. Left 4 Dead, funny moments of getting owned montage. He had many parts of this. Part 1 here, November 2008. So around the time that I got inspired by Zergriz, made my channel, I discovered his videos. And I think that kind of inspired me to do more funny videos as well. I think he did captions back then, actually. You know, he did captions like this. And that inspired me. I think that's something that inspired the funny videos that I started coming out with. Anyway, I got off track. Sorry, I'm thinking back. So for about a year, I just did YouTube and tried to grow. And I looked at these bigger YouTubers like Nanners and Hutch, two YouTubers who I followed quite closely. They did a lot of Call of Duty commentaries and stuff. And there were many other big YouTubers. I followed them quite closely, and I was inspired and wanted to grow, you know, and wanted to make a true living out of it. About a year went by, and I realized that, I mean, I barely grew during that year. Like around this time, I had maybe 120,000 subscribers. I'm going off of memory, somewhere around there. And I maybe gained 10,000, if that, in that year. And I didn't lose viewers. I was getting 10,000 views, 15,000 views a video. And I was putting up videos daily. So it wasn't bad. It's just that after a year, I realized it wasn't going anywhere. I was still getting about 600,000 to 800,000 views, and that's great, you know, per month. That's good, especially at that age. But if I wanted to move out, I needed a job. So I started working retail, a store called Elgiganten here in Sweden, and I worked with that for a year alongside YouTube. Saved up money and met Alex, actually, online. Another thing that came from YouTube. You know, my whole life revolves around this. So, yeah, then I moved out. And it's funny. I moved out, and Alex joined me here in Sweden, moved in with me right away. And that summer when I moved out, I needed to make money to pay for all the furniture we were buying and stuff. So I was working half-time at the retail job. That was my contract. But that summer I worked full-time for 3 months, basically. And during those 3 months, June, July, August, I put up one video on YouTube, I believe. I completely put it aside. I still had 6,000 to 8,000 viewers per video, you know, and then some would grow. But it wasn't making enough money that I could put in that time. So I left it for a few months, abandoned it, did retail. Then I came back, people were still there, and during that next year, it blew up. And I quit retail, I quit my job, and the rest is history. I've just been doing YouTube since then, 3 years ago. That's when I started streaming as well, more regularly. I don't really know what this video is. I'm just kind of talking to the camera. A lot of people, when they hit 10 years or any sort of thing like this, they do a compilation, right? But I've done so many. About a year ago, I hit 1 million subscribers. And I did a small compilation video. And I have this tradition, as you guys know, that every 100th video, I make a compilation of the last 100 videos. So I've done that, you know. Like, if you want to watch a compilation of the last 10 years, then I can put the link in the description. I have my best of 1,000. When I hit my 1,000th video, I did highlights of the last 1,000 videos. Speaking of which, the 1,300th video is coming up. That's going to be another compilation. So I do that, you know, and I thought it would be nice just to talk to the camera. I think it's funny. I mentioned Sea Nanners and Hutch, and I look at these guys' channel today. I'm not calling them out, but so much has changed. You know, there's a lot of YouTubers who used to do this as their main thing, and some of them still do. But it's really weird to me looking at certain YouTubers who I used to think were so big, and I used to look up to them, and I still do. But some of these YouTubers I have now grown past, and that's really weird to me. And it's just weird. And some YouTubers have died down completely, and I think that's where that fear I talked about comes from. The fear of becoming a dead channel, you know. I've had my ups and downs the last few years. So I'm used to my channel not doing as well here and there and stuff. But sometimes, you know, that it gets to me. I get scared that I'm gonna become like irrelevant. It feels so shallow in a way to say stuff like that. Like it's so like I'm not like not crying about it. But I'm listen, this is my 10-year video, so I'm gonna be honest to the camera. Recently, especially the last year and a half, I've been getting a lot more into Twitch. I stream about 5 times a week, and that's been really nice because YouTube's always been great, but it's hard to get that sense of a community on YouTube because you get all these random comments coming in from new people, and it's a different platform, and it's hard to get a sense of that community. Whereas on Twitch, it's a lot easier to see. I'm saying community so much, but it's a lot easier to see and get that sense of a community because you have these regulars who come in. People are subscribed. You feel a lot more close on Twitch, and I've really enjoyed that. And I think because YouTube's still going great for me, but I get more of a feeling of growth on Twitch right now. And Twitch is a lot more updated at the moment. They keep coming with these updates that they benefit me. I can see directly how they benefit me in growth and in ease of access, you know. Whereas on YouTube, it's still just the same thing. So it's been hard for me to put in as much effort into some of my videos on YouTube because I'm streaming 5 times a week, and so I've got less time as well. And I'm doing that because I'm enjoying Twitch so much. And so I'm still trying my hardest here to keep my YouTube going, and I will continue. In fact, right now I'm feeling really hyped with YouTube. But I think the reason I'm saying this is because I think some people have noticed that it's gone from a YouTube channel where I will sit down and record, not stream, record. Maybe I'll talk to the camera sometimes and stuff. And you know that I'm talking to you on YouTube. And it was still funny moments, but you know that it's recorded for YouTube. It's gone from that to it's still recorded and it's still the same kind of clips, but the way it's different is you know it's from a stream. And so I think you get the feeling that it's not made for you because you know I'm streaming. So you know that these things are... It's hard to put into words, but I'm trying. You get the feeling that it's not made for you. You get the feeling it's just stream highlights. But I want you to know that I'm still... In my mind, I'm still recording for YouTube while I'm streaming as well. I'm just... Yeah. And I think it seems like I've put YouTube on the back burner. I hope it doesn't. I think the reason I'm bringing this up is just because I've gotten some comments about it, and I wanted to mention it. You know, when you do this for so long, you have to be constantly evolving. You shouldn't be afraid to change things up here and there. So it may be that 95% of all the clips on my channel are also from streams. But I want you to know that I'm not gonna stop YouTube anytime soon. You know, I'm still here, and I'm still, especially lately, I've been really hyped with making some videos. I've got some videos scheduled right now, and I've got a lot of things coming out. So I hope that you're excited about that, I guess. I don't really know where I was going with that. I've just seen comments about it, and I wanted to address it, you know, because Twitch has become a big part of my life now as well, and streaming is so different. When you do something for so long, it's nice to have something that excites you like that. It's two very different things to me, making videos and streaming, yet they're connected. I don't know if there's so much else I want to say. YouTube has, I've been on YouTube for 10 years now. It's brought me some incredible opportunities, going to LA, Poland, being on stage, you know. I got my own company now doing this. I've gone from being, I know I was 15, but I was a kid. God, I was such a kid. You know, I've gone from being a kid to a grown-up who's married. Yeah, I got married kind of early, but either way, it doesn't change it. I'm married. I'm 25. I've gone from living at home in my room making videos to a small apartment to a big apartment with a dog. I've changed so much, and YouTube's been with me for that whole journey. You guys mean the world to me, and I wouldn't. Ooh, sorry, I wouldn't. Yeah, I've mentioned it. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have you guys. You're like half of my brain is just thinking about my job. Is thinking about, but more than that, it's certain jobs you go to work and you do something, but you're not that connected with it. This is me. My YouTube channel and Twitch now as well. It's me. So I want to say thank you to you guys for watching all my videos, for being here for me. Thank you for all the love. I can go on forever about this, but I love you guys. Bye. I got to myself in the end. Bye.